Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio October 3, 2024. Venus blends with Ceres, boosting social relations for you. Venus is currently transiting your solar house, which is a theatrical, outgoing, and affectionate area of your chart, and you're more willing to go out on a limb to enjoy yourself or express your feelings. You might enjoy happy events related to creative, romantic, or recreational pastimes now. A solar eclipse occurs tomorrow, and for moon-ruled Cancers, any eclipse can heighten your sensitivity, and this one is about family, home life, and feelings of comfort and familiarity. There are new ways of approaching these things on the horizon. For now, aim to wind down and reflect. It may be best to avoid making critical decisions until later when more objectivity and information is with you. Don't hide beneath your covers. Destiny is calling out to you. Eclipse season always brings intense and provocative news, encouraging you to change your life and forge a new pathway forward. Solar eclipses like the one we will soon have will bring fresh starts for you to face, encouraging you to open your vision and align with the cosmos. Lunar eclipses are the ones that are oft and a bit more challenging, though, as they bring monumental endings, breakdowns, breakups, or breakthroughs. Do your best to find inner peace and relaxation even if the storm is loud. There is a chance to use your networking opportunities to your advantage. Work your connections, as the Moon in Virgo trines Uranus retrograde in Taurus and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. You only know who your colleagues know and what they can do for you once you ask. Networking will be an essential part of your job functions today. There might be something you could learn from a coworker during your usual conversations or someone you could connect with. Either way, put yourself out there to see what your professional community can do for you. It is easy for you to get carried away with emotions your own or other people's, and it's important to balance yourself with grounding physical activities. Walking is preferable to using a car or public transportation, weather permitting. Be defiant when it comes to taking time for yourself, as you will pay a high price for ignoring your personal needs. Sitting down for a cup of herbal tea is also a nice thing to do for yourself. Stay calm and centered. This is a day that will highlight your rigor, dear. Your intelligence will be very concrete today and your faculty for organization at its best. Once more you will know how to realize a perfect accord between your sense of duty and sacrifice. Perhaps you are realizing an action that is useful for the public, visiting someone who is sick or helping friends or family. Nothing will stop you from acting and for the good of all. As Pluto enters its final full week of retrograde motion in your relationships sector, and with his direct turn next week signaling his transition out, keeping communication lines open is crucial. The Moon's routine monthly visit to your communication sector takes on added significance now that the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication, have both departed, marking the end of planetary activity in this area for the year. This provides an opportunity to capitalize on previous efforts to maintain open channels of communication. When the Sun left your communication sector at the start of last week and Mercury, the planet of communication 3 days later, this abruptly ended all planetary activity on the communication front for the year. Fortunately, the Moon's monthly visit has been a chance to pick up from where they left off, and while leaving tomorrow, with Pluto in his final days in retrograde motion in your relationship sector, in time to ensure the communication lines remain open. Our eyes in the sky. It's easy to get swept up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, isn't it? We find ourselves pulled in a million different directions, juggling responsibilities and commitments, and before we know it, we've forgotten to take a quiet moment for ourselves. But what if I told you that even something as simple as pausing, stepping back, and finding peace in the present could be exactly what you need to restore balance? This is your gentle reminder to check in with yourself today. What helps you feel mentally, spiritually, and emotionally aligned? Maybe it's reconnecting with a favorite pastime, something you haven't indulged in for a while. It could be curling up with a good book, taking a long walk, or simply sitting in stillness, allowing your mind to breathe. Think about what nourishes your spirit. When was the last time you truly prioritized it? Life has this way of constantly demanding our attention, but today, the cosmic alignment encourages you to slow down, recalibrate, and reconnect with what brings you peace. There's something magical about these moments of self-reflection. When we make time to pause and truly listen to ourselves, we often find a renewed sense of self-confidence and clarity. Have you ever noticed how the world seems to slow down a bit when you allow yourself to relax and step out of the chaos? That clarity you're feeling right now is a gift from the universe, a sign that you're on the right path. But here's a friendly reminder: sometimes, when we feel empowered, we might unintentionally come off as overconfident or even a little arrogant. And I know that's not your intention. This is where self-awareness comes in. Today, check in with your emotions. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remind yourself that no one is deliberately trying to get on your nerves. Often, it's just our own stress magnifying the situation. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to truly relax? Treat yourself to some quiet downtime, whether it's a peaceful afternoon or just a few minutes of stillness. This simple act of self-care can work wonders for your mental well-being, helping you regain control of your emotions and approach life with more ease. Now, here's the catch: clarity doesn't always mean it's time for immediate action. Have you ever felt that sudden rush of insight, only to jump the gun and realize you could have approached things more thoughtfully? Don't be afraid to take a step back before moving forward. Just because you're pausing doesn't mean you're losing momentum. In fact, reassessing old plans or revisiting past decisions might be exactly what you need to ensure you're heading in the right direction. Think of it like this: stepping back isn't a setback, it's a strategy for long-term success. If you've noticed some tension building in your relationships lately, maybe a disagreement or an unspoken friction, this is the perfect moment to dial it back and focus on quality over quantity in your interactions. When was the last time a heated debate really left you feeling satisfied, or even closer to the person you were arguing with? More often than not, these disagreements only lead to more frustration on both sides. Right now, the Sun and Mercury in Libra are working together to encourage diplomacy, harmony, and balance in your relationships. Instead of trying to win the argument or get your point across at all costs, try listening with an open heart. Have you ever experienced the power of simply pausing in a conversation and allowing the other person to fully express themselves? It's amazing how quickly conflicts can dissolve when you create space for understanding and empathy. Approach your discussions with patience, and you'll find that the energy of collaboration brings you much further than the energy of competition. Real progress is made when both sides feel heard and valued. So, as you move through your day, think about how you can bring more balance into your interactions. Whether it's with your friends, family, or colleagues, lead with empathy and openness. You might be surprised at how this shift in energy not only strengthens your relationships but also fosters an atmosphere where everyone feels appreciated.